So in today's weekly Jinx video, and for those that don't know, every Wednesday we do a Jinx video, whether it's about her lore, a certain build, a certain matchup, how she's doing in the meta, how she can either improve in the meta, or if she's OP, maybe why she's OP in the meta, and things like that. And how it's decided is, you comment in the video about what you want me to see me talk about in next week's video. And today we're talking about lethality yet again. This is actually the second time we're talking about lethality. But after the changes, lethality is what some people are kind of saying is broken or overpowered. So the reason we're talking about it now is because when you talk about the auto attack based champions, usually the more optimal build is still the crit based build. In my personal opinion, crit Jinx is still the optimal or superior way to build Jinx. However, with the rise of crit Caitlyn, sometimes building lethality Caitlyn, who is an auto attacking AD carry as well, are there ever situations where it is better or at least okay to build lethality? Whether it's something just to build in the early game that you sell later to transition into crit, so that way if you find yourself on a team or against an enemy team that's really good early and you just want to have some sort of damage or relevancy early in the game, even though you're not really supposed to as a late game carry, okay, it depends on the player I guess, but maybe it's something like you build Ghostblade early because lethality is kind of overpowered right now, and then as the game goes later, you transition it back into a late game build. So you only buy Ghostblade. You don't go like Ghostblade, Edge of Night, maybe Duskblade, but maybe you get like Ghostblade and or Edge of Night, and then you sell those later for the crit based stuff as the game goes later because you want to have significant impact mid game as well as late game. That's a discussion point, a talking point to be had. For me personally, I still would go crit-based Jinx, just because the way Jinx is right now, especially if you look her up on say champion.gg, her win rate actually tanks the later the game goes, because the way Jinx works, at least the more experienced Jinx players, is they're able to use her as the snowball that she is to both take a lead and then close that lead out early, as you see on those charts. Now those charts aren't like the end-all law and rule, for example, of how to play Jinx or anything like that, but even if you ask August Browning, the kit designer, he'll say the more experienced Jinx players know how to, in the first 0 to 25 minute mark, get a lead and then snowball that lead into oblivion. If the game is going late, yeah, she'll be better statistically, her damage will be superior, and it'll be really great. She's a great late game champion. But if the game is going late, there's also a chance maybe something in the game went wrong. Even if it's not about you, the player, or you playing Jinx wrong, there's a chance maybe, unless your entire team comp is a late game team comp, there's a chance something went wrong, in which case, well, you hopefully will still take over the game, but obviously, the enemy team also has more of a chance to kill you because they have more items, and just things like that. So the reason we're talking about lethality is, okay, if the meta is mid-game, and the fact that lethality is currently, after the changes, overpowered, are there any scenarios where you build lethality Jinx? And I'll give my opinion once again. I think crit is still superior, but I will admit to experimenting with lethality on the Rift, and mostly on ARAM though, because ARAM's a poke map anyway, so you can get away, depending on the enemy comp, maxing Zap first, and have a little bit of fun there. It is kind of funny, just like nuking somebody's health bar with Zap, with triple lethality items, and then the Masteries as well. But that's the whole topic we're discussing today, is lethality on Jinx. Is it any better than it was before, considering right now it's kind of broken? So thank you more for watching this video this far if you did. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe as well. Specifically comment so we can have a conversation about this, as well as talk about what you want to see me talk about in next week's video. But I don't know which video will be next, because life will be quite a mess. So until next time, take care, from the Fire Good Eye FS.